Welcome everybody. I don't know already, bro. Charlie Kirk, he got Charlie Kirk has recently been assassinated, bro. And this is the fact of the matter, bro. He got assassinated. What was it? Like 6 days ago, September 10th, almost a week ago. And that day, bro, I had to stay off of Twitter and the internet that entire day. And it's not because I'm this big Charlie Kirk fan. It's not because I'm this big, right-wing, right-leaning Republican conservative who can't see the wrong in their fellow party members or whatever. I'm none of that. I don't care about politics. As y'all can see, I literally made a video called I Hate Donald Trump, and it wasn't really about me hating Donald Trump, but more so what politics brings out of people, whether it be via left or via right. It brings out the worst in people typically. And because people are so bound, earthbound to this world that they can't see greater, they can't see higher. But Charlie Kirk, and you know that ties into the fact that Charlie Kirk's death, it ignited not only outrage, not only brain deadness from the right, because I'll be honest, there's some brain deadness there, but particularly evil, demonic activity from the left. People genuinely dancing, celebrating, being happy about the fact that, hey, Charlie Kirk, he got assassinated, that he got shot in his jugular. There's videos of people saying we got Charlie in the neck. These clearly demented, mentally ill, demonized individuals walking around saying, oh my God, yes, I can't believe we got Charlie. Donald Trump's next. Elon's next. All because of their fuel with hate. And then it's like, okay, I can understand you didn't necessarily agree with Charlie. I didn't agree with Charlie on everything he said. I thought that some of the statistics he used, he had a few were bad faith. I feel like a few of his arguments were intentionally bad faith. But to compare Charlie Kirk purely because you hate his political views and his ideology, to compare him to Hitler is one of the most insane brain dead things I've ever heard in my life. Hitler, somebody who actually cooked Jews in human man-sized ovens, lying to them saying, hey, you're about to go, it's time for your daily shower, and you're cooking children, you're cooking grown women, pregnant women, that they impregnated because they would rape them, whatever you want to say, bro. I'm not going to mince my words about this. To compare Charlie Kirk, someone who hopped from college campus to campus to debate people on their political stances, open debate, whether it got heated or not, is one of the, to compare him to Hitler, somebody who killed over 6 million individuals and advocated for mass genocide purely because he said, I don't agree with DEI, and I'm not sure if black women had the brain power. To compare him to Hitler is one of the most insane things, and is only used to justify your evilness and how evil you can be. This is the fact of the matter. I don't agree with Charlie Kirk on everything. I absolutely don't. Just like I am more right-leaning, I agree with the left on a lot of things. Morally, I agree with the right on a lot of things. Morally. But that doesn't mean you celebrate somebody's death. Imagine if Kamala Harris got sniped on GTA and people were celebrating that. I'd immediately advocate the fact that whoever's celebrating that is demented, gang. It's like, how can you celebrate Charlie Kirk dying, getting assassinated, but then demonize people who are happy that specific groups of people like transgenders get sniped off the earth? Then where's the balance? But that's the problem with people. They're genuinely evil on both sides. You got people on the right, because Charlie got killed, they're saying white man fight back. Fight back from what? You got people on the left quite literally saying, oh my God, we got Charlie in the neck, turning a nursery rhyme into a celebration of somebody getting killed in front of their wife and daughter and son. I think he has a son. And have these people, they're calling him a racist. When was he racist? You're using him arguing with a person named Chank and using that clip as if he was saying the C slur. All to justify what? The fact that you're evil? The fact that you are mentally ill. Bro, I seen a video of Charlie Kirk's widow holding his hand and crying, and people are replying, laughing, saying, ha 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 ha, F her and her children too. She has the same ideology as Charlie, so that's why it's F her and F those children who are 3 years old and 1 year old. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know the specifics of the children's ages, but I'm giving you a general age range. And for what? For what? So you can make fun of somebody who passed away by an idiot, an evil idiot who sniped him, calling him a fascist. What's fascist about Charlie Kirk? And anybody trying to excuse the fact of, oh, he said racist things. Let's say he was racist. Let's give you that benefit of the doubt. When does that justify killing somebody? What happened to, we may not agree, but we don't wish death on each other? Where's the morality in that? And then for people to call out morality, be like, how can you bring up morality when this person was a racist, a fascist, hated women, a misogynist? You're just using buzzwords. It's actually insane. Yeah, you just saw me take a little bite of something. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's actually insane. You're just using buzzwords to justify the fact that you wanted this guy dead, and guess what? You want more of them dead. They turned on their own. And that's why I say both sides of the political spectrum are hyenas. They'll eat their young. They will. They turned on Dean Withers because he cried because somebody got shot in front of their child, calling him weak. The right-wingers, especially the extremists, because it's the extremists of the left doing that to Dean Withers, and there's the extremists on the right, for the people who are disavowing the fact that, hey, political violence isn't necessary, war isn't necessary on the right, the right-wingers who are saying that, guess what? They're turning on those people who are saying, hey, the political violence needs to stop, and we don't need civil war. They're turning on them. They eat their young. You niggas don't want peace? Those people are saying the time for peace, for peaceful protest and peace, and the time for that is over. It's time for war. It's time for violence. It's time for action. You niggas always wanted the action. Y'all always wanted the violence, and that's why Charlie Kirk is dead. To the left, who act like they're so morally supreme. You niggas always wanted an outcome like this. You couldn't argue his position. You couldn't argue your position, so you tried to silence him by killing him. You always wanted this. And now you feel like right now this is the time for you to take your mask off and reveal your ugly, little, evil, demonic head. Because I'm not talking to the person behind this. It's a spirit behind it. It's demonic. It's a lack of Jesus. And trust me, there's a big lack of Jesus on the left than there is on the right. If I'm being fair, just like how I could be fair and say the majority of political violence, though isn't as broadcasted, the majority of political violence has ended up on the right. It is primarily come from the right. Now, it seems like it's more broadcasted because it lasts longer on the left, but it's typically less on the left. And this is just statistically true. But the left still wants this political violence. The fact that you have streamers like Destiny saying, well, unless Donald Trump says something about it, I won't say nothing about it. You're stupid, nigga. You're dumb. And this is why Charlie Kirk's dead. But for you to celebrate any side, for you to celebrate this man's death because of political views, nigga, you're evil. Anybody calling a black person a coon or a Uncle Tom or a house nigga because they can acknowledge the fact that, hey, death isn't the answer? Nigga, I guess MLK was the biggest coon of all time. Because he was very against violence. And the argument to that would be, oh, well, you know, the pacifist way only works if it's clear, if the bad guy is clear. No, it can work this way too, nigga. It'll work this way too, because it is clear who's the bad guy. And the bad guy are the two fucking sides of the same extreme mass coin. The extreme left and the extreme right. And until they can get their shit together and look in the mirror and say, hey, we're the problem, we're the issue, we're the one that's causing the divide and sowing discord, because neither one of us truly have Jesus. Neither one of us truly want peace. And in fact, we just want to silence the other side and not come to a moral agreement, moral compromise. Then guess what? There's going to be more Charlie Kirks, gang. Dom Lemon, a political figurehead in the media, saying, oh, well, you know, instead of just saying, hey, Charlie shouldn't have died and it's a tragedy regardless of political views, you get this nigga saying bullshit like, oh, well, he spewed a lot of hate. And it's like, and they won't outright say, oh, yeah, he deserved to die because of his political views, because they know that they'll get shat on. So instead, they'll virtue signal and they'll find many small ways to basically say, hey, without me saying it outright, I'm gonna, you know, put a mask on and say, hey, you know, maybe if he didn't spew political hate and homophobia and transphobia, he wouldn't be dead. And in me saying that, I'm virtually saying he deserved his death. You niggas are weird. To the pastors of congregations, big as shit. And you niggas, I'm talking to the black niggas. I haven't seen no white niggas yet. But to the black niggas who are trying to call this nigga a racist when he was your brother. This nigga was a Christian. He's your brother. And you're trying to say, oh, he was a racist. He was and it's despicable that flags are getting flown at the halfway mark because he was a racist and Jesus and trying to use Jesus to justify your fucking hatred. You're despicable, nigga. What Jesus do you serve, nigga? The same Jesus that said, "Give unto Caesar's what is Caesar's." That let there be tyranny. Because he knew who the true King of Kings was? Nigga, what Jesus do you serve, nigga? You're disgusting. Nigga, repent. I can't stand this shit, gang. It's like niggas are evil as shit. And the only way this shit's gonna heal, it's not through political debate and political discussion. Nigga, all you're doing is perpetuating the cycle of niggas hating each other with it. Because this world is so fucking earthbound that they can't even they're so earthbound that they can't even acknowledge basic humanity to not celebrate the death of a fucking person who all they did was politically debate. Who cares about their ideology for a second? Because the ideology wasn't fucking mass genocide like Hitler. Comparing him to Hitler is one of the most brain dead damaging things I've seen from the left. And asking for straight up civil war, though you can see why they're doing it, which is still stupid. Asking for civil war as if there's no ground to be actually made civilly is stupid, Republicans. Calling for death of Democrats is stupid. But then you act like you're so morally correct and you're in Christianity. Nigga, you're not. This shit really pisses me off. And the fact that I had to stay off of Twitter for an entire day, virtually stay off the internet, because my spirit was getting so grieved from the fact that these niggas just kept over and over again comparing this nigga to Hitler, calling him evil, calling him racist, misconstruing words, literally taking clips completely out of context where he's talking to someone literally named Chank and you're making it seem like he's calling him the Chinese slur. Is insane, all to move and motivate and propagate your disgusting narrative that this nigga was a racist, that this nigga was evil, rather than just saying, you know what, hey, I disagree with him, I thought some of his things were evil, but it's this, but putting it first most and foremost, the fact that he shouldn't have died, and him getting shot in front of his children and his wife and thousands of other people who were in person who don't know how that death could have triggered them, because since you guys care about anxiety and mental issues so much, for y'all to celebrate that shit happening is disgusting, and for y'all to call for war is just as disgusting. You niggas are weird, bro. You niggas are entirely way too weird, bro. You're weird. You're weird. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I didn't necessarily agree with all of his takes. I agreed with a lot of his takes. I wouldn't say the majority, but I'd say a lot. I'll say majority too, because he spoke about Jesus. And yes, do I think you going from college campus to campus? Me personally, I would have told him, dude, this debating this shit on college, though, yes, you're getting the young crowd motivated to get into politics. To be honest with you, you're kind of indoctrinating them. Not indoctrinating them in terms of you're brainwashing them, but in terms of, bro, politics and all that shit. Your first and foremost message, not just by lip service, but by actuality, should be Jesus Christ and pushing the kingdom. It shouldn't be fucking, you know, all your political stances and all that. And you going from campus to campus, yes, there were times where you could acknowledge the fact that, yeah, Charlie's kind of rage baiting, and yeah, you can acknowledge the fact that, okay, you can mince your words a little bit, and or you can not be as divisive. But at the end of the day, we're not called to be fucking people pleasers either. So though I disagree that you shouldn't be going for debate is pointless, Jesus didn't debate, and that's clear in the Bible. Anytime the Pharisees tried to debate him, this nigga would just ask him a question, throw him a parable, and walk off because he knew it was pointless. And as Christians, as people who apparently read the Bible and worship the Bible rather than worshiping Jesus Christ himself, it should be very clear and evident in the Bible that Jesus didn't fucking debate people. He just let them talk, walk through, challenge their stance with a fucking parable and morality, and just walked off. Nigga wasn't sitting there debating. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Dude, man, those pastors that do that shit, bro, you guys are fucking, y'all are the scum of the earth. You're supposed to be a salt and a light to this world, and you guys are justifying his fucking death. Disgusting. You niggas make me sick. Spit on you niggas. Dead ass. What we on to next, chat? That shit pisses me off, bro. That shit genuinely pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna chop this shit up, and I'm gonna show y'all the clips of what I'm talking about in this video. I'll probably drop the video tomorrow. Appreciate the sub, man. Oh, man. Sorry, I got a little heated there. It's like niggas are really like, niggas like Destiny are saying, oh, if Trump doesn't say anything, then I won't say anything. It's like, nigga, bro, the fact that that your moral compass, though he's disavowed, I will say, but the fact that your moral compass, it's like based on someone else disavowing violence is ridiculous. It's like, nigga, be your own fucking man. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, man. The fact that niggas are just spreading, like, they're memeing this shit, it's kind of crazy, gang. I won't lie.